Okay. As always, we find a comfortable seated. So ground for your sitting bones. Bring your probes, close your eyes, draw your shoulders back and down, lengthen through the spine. Before each practice it is always very good to just stop for a second, bring your attention inside, connect with your inner self, and ask yourself why you're practicing yoga. You can also set up an intention for your practice today. You're more welcome to do so. So bring both hands in front of your heart into the Anjali Mudra. Take a few deep breaths, just breathing through the nose, in and out. If you know how to use Ujjayi breathing, you're more welcome to do so. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to start warming up our joints. We're going to start warming our shoulders. So really start rolling your shoulders back in big circles. Now to the front. Now bring your hands and really start making big circles with your elbows. Now to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to do the opposite. So 2 elbows will be moving in the opposite direction. 6, 7, 8, 9, and to the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now bring your arms straight. So start moving, keeping your elbows in line with the shoulders. Just start drawing big circles as close as possible toward your chest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep your throat open in the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep your arms straight. So big circles from your wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. And the opposite full palm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. And last one. Stretch it out with your fingers. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And release. So now head down, head back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Chin to the right, chin to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now big circles from the head. 1, stretching your neck. 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. And I'm going to start doing Kanagasu, warming up the chest, because this is the region where we first of all lose our flexibility. And the flexibility of the shoulder region or the chest region is crucially important for our immune system. Why? First of all, the thymus gland is located under our chest bone, and this is the place where our white blood cells are produced. So the immune system is directly connected to the flexibility in blood circulation in the chest region. Second, the flexibility of the chest regulates the capacity of the lungs. If your chest is very tight, that means that you won't be able to fully engage your lungs and breathe into the full capacity, so that every single cell of your body can receive some oxygen. And the more oxygen they receive, that means less viruses, less bacteria, less illnesses you will experience. So from now, just continue moving, and from here, think as if you're going to start moving from the rib cage. So move your ribcage in the circles to one direction, so your hips are not moving. You're literally moving from the ribcage and to the opposite side. That requires interesting engagement of very deep tissues and different muscles that most of the time are sleeping, because guess what? We're not moving in this particular range of movement. So inhale, raise your arms all the way up, left, that really stretch from one side to another side. Work with the breath, and now from here, lengthen up, exhale, twist to the opposite side. Just a few breaths in here. Exhale, inhale, exhale. And again, come to the side, lift through your arms. Exhale, twist to the opposite direction. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. And from here, we're going to remove the props, whatever we are using. And we're going to slowly come. Okay, let me move to this direction. Into the tabletop. So from here, we're going to start pushing forward, dropping, pushing, dropping, pushing, dropping. So you're only working, so your belly button is firmly tucked toward the belly, toward the spine. So your hips are not moving, your lower back is not moving. You're only moving from the shoulder blades. And again, shoulder blades are not connected to the spine, they're not connected to the rib cage. They're surrounded by the muscles, and those muscles, when they're supposed to be flexible and strong, and they require a lot of movement, and there is different, many groups of muscles around that region. And guess what? How often do you move your shoulder blades throughout the day? Very little. So for this yoga practice today, you're going to really discover maximum range of movement in that particular region. So start moving one shoulder to the front, another shoulder to the front. Again, belly is active. You're firmly pressing belly button towards sucking the belly toward the spine. And you're just moving from the side body. And you already will start experiencing HIIT, because the more, when you move your torso, you're engaging very deep core muscles. So from here, let's move to the downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And let's move like a wave. So inhale, lift your heels up. Move to the belly button. Come forward. Now I'm going to bend the knees, bend your elbows, hug them in, lift your tailbone, and push the floor away. Again, inhale, move like a wave. Inhale. And we're going to go into the opposite side. So from here, bend your elbows, hug them in. Come to plank, roll in, push the floor away. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees, hug your elbows in. Bend your elbows, move forward. Keep as low as possible. And last one. Bend your elbows, hug your elbows in. Press the floor away. Go as slow as possible. And from here, slowly come to seated pose. Let me just fix my t-shirt so it's not bothering me and you. Just close your eyes and just do a few head rolls from here and to the other side. Again, grab your knees, open your chest as much as you can. Keep your teeth closed and lift with the chin. Exhale, rounding in, push, 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 push. The lower back, the back off toward the back wall. And inhale, open up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And from here, we're going to come into the Anahatasana melting heart. The first one will be tuck your toes, bring your knees together, bring the forehead down, and come on the fingertips. Instead of collapsing into the chest, this one we're going to re-engage, walk your palms forward, walk your arms forward, on the fingertips, draw your ribs in, and try to push the sitting bones away from the fingertips. And breathe deeply. So 5 deep breaths in here, Hug your elbows and arms toward the midline. Continue drawing your lower ribs in and expanding in the spine. So push the sitting bones away from the fingertips. Let's do 3. Let's do 2. And 1. So now you can still keep your arms on the fingertips. If it's too much for your shoulders, you can open your arms mat distance wide. So either you can come here, allow the chest to go a little bit deeper, maybe nose, maybe chin can come down, maybe chest can come down. And we're going to press the toes to the ground and really push the floor away, trying to open the whole front body. 5 breaths in here. Slowly from here, moving forward into the Sphinx pose. Both legs together. Move your elbows a little bit forward. Shoulders above your elbows. Firmly pressing down. Now draw your elbows forward. Drop your shoulders down. Drop your stomach down. And left hand in the front of the heart. Really strong legs. So pulling the elbows forward, landing in the front of the body. And you feel a very interesting stretch in the front body. But at the same time, lots of action happening in your lower trapezius. You can continue staying in here, or you can press the palms down and lift your elbows 2 centimeters off the ground. And continue drawing your palms toward the hips and lengthening in the front of the body. So let's stay 3, 2, and 1. From here, bring your elbows a little bit closer. Still hold your legs together. We're going to start rolling in. Then we're going to bring on the knees, round in the lower back, and then lift your knees off the ground. While keeping your hips in line with your heart, push the floor away. Push the floor away. Hang out slowly. Knees, hips, lower ribs on the ground. Coming into the Sphinx pose, lifting your elbows, stretching your heart forward. Long neck, shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath in, and again exhale, elbows on the ground, rolling in. Belly button toward the spine. Lift your hips, lift your knees. Take a deep breath in. And exhale slowly, knees, hips, lowers on the ground. Again, Sphinx pose. Push the chest forward. Lift your elbows off the ground. So holding your shoulders where they are. Bring your left shoulder blade back and down, but right shoulder is not moving forward. So drawing your left shoulder blade back and down. Still pushing both palms and stretching your front body to the front of the mat. And slightly twisting and trying to check what is happening on your left heel. Take a deep breath in. And out. Inhale, come to the center. Still lift your chest. Hug your elbows in. Lift through the heart now. Draw your right shoulder blade down and back and look and check on the right heel. But again, make sure that your left shoulder is not moving. It's in line. 3, 2, and 1. Release. From here, tuck your toes. Push up and come to the child position just for a few breaths. From here, we're going to come into the rabbit pose. So you're going to grab your heels, bring the crown of the head on the floor. Lift your hips and trying to suck the belly and round in your lower back. See how far you can lift your hips and lower back up to the ceiling. But at the same time, you continue holding your heels. And release. So I'm turning toward you. Continue sitting on your heels. If it's too much, you can also sit on a block or on a pillow as you feel comfortable. Inhale, open your arms up. So right elbow goes up, left elbow goes in, and you will try to grab your fingers. If you cannot grab your fingers, you can use a towel, a strap, or you can even grab your hair or even a t-shirt. So from here, grabbing in, so to lift and open for the heart and open your chin. So we're gonna move to one side, we're gonna move to another side. Again, moving from the rib cage, but holding your arms in here. Notice how interesting movement is happening around your shoulders. You'll feel interesting tight areas around the chest, around the shoulder as well. And release. Open all the way up. You can do just a few rotations to release your arms and just release any tension. Shake it. And now we're gonna do on the opposite side. So your left elbow will go on top. Your right elbow comes all the way up. And you're gonna grab both. Sometimes this action is not allowed. The body is not allowing this action because the shoulder blade is not moving and is not following with the shoulder. And usually this is where the problems with the shoulders begin, because shoulder blades, people do isolate the shoulder from the arm, from the shoulder. That shoulder blade is a continuation and part of the shoulder joint. So release, bring your both arms, again stretch, release. So to activate the movement of the shoulder blades, with one hand you can grab your shoulder blade actually with both hands, so you can hear me, and try to pull your shoulder blades forward. You can drop the hand down, head down. So feel, palpate your shoulder blades, massage around them, pull them down, and then now interlace your hands behind, lift. So now I'm turning so you can see me. Lift, push arms down to the ground. If your fingers can touch the floor, lift, pushing for the heart, for the chest. And again, one ear toward one shoulder, to the side. Now right ear toward the right shoulder. Breathing down. Slowly. Step to the front of the mat. Both feet hip distance wide, slightly apart. Bend one knee, bend another knee. Now interlace both hands around at the back. Roll your shoulders backward. Again, the secret is here to bring your shoulders blades as close as possible, and then creating that space, pushing your arms away from the shoulder joint. You can keep your knees both soft, that's why the hip distance wide. Try to bring your face between your legs. And a few breaths in here. Notice how you're grounding for your feet. Are you evenly grounding for your big toes? And again, continue pushing your arms away from the shoulders. So you feel a good stretch. There. And from here, slowly rolling all the way up. Just standing. Interlace your hands all the way up. Now going to half moon pose. Inhale to the center and exhale to the other side. Inhale. Lift all the way up. Exhale, bow forward. Touch the ground. Inhale, look up halfway. Hands on the floor. Step back to plank. So holding in plank. Or you can join me for very interesting work around your shoulder blades. You make sure that your lower back is rounded. You're not tucking your tailbone. You're literally grounding and really creating the strength and the length, and you're connecting legs to the upper torso. So from here, pressing the floor away, your hips are not moving. You're just moving from the shoulder blades. You're moving from the shoulders in circles. Let's say 3, 2, 1, and opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Downward facing dog. Again, in downward facing dog, slightly soften your knees and see how far you can literally allow the shoulder blades move after your arms. So literally create the length. And you notice the more the shoulder blade follows the arms, your arms lengthen, you create more space and you feel how your arms are long and how far they're connected to the spine. Inhale, come to plank. Lower slowly. Chaturanga or baby chaturanga. Hips on the ground. Untuck your toes. Bhujangasana. Cobra pose. Inhale, exhale, forehead down. Come on the fingertips. Bring both legs together. Ground, hug your legs into the inner line. Inhale, lift up. Elbows in. Lengthen through the front of the body. Exhale, forehead down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, open up. And now start moving. Drawing the circles. Shoulders in circles. Dance. And to the opposite direction. Open up, exhale, lift, press back. Slowly move to the downward facing dog. Now step or jump to the front of the mat. Look up halfway. Fall forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Bring your hands on top of the knees. Stretch your abdominals, stretch your whole front body on top of your legs. Grab your ankles behind, elbows as close as possible. And then bring your face toward your knees. And as more you press against your legs, only then you're working on stretching your legs together. 3, 2, 1. Left palm down. Still continue holding your right ankle. Lift your left leg as high as you can, keeping your hips square. The upper leg point, flex. Point, flex. Point, flex. Changing sides. So hold your left ankle, right palm on the ground. Lift your right leg as high as you can. And try to bring the left cheek inside the left knee. So upper leg again, work on squaring your hips. Point, flex, point and flex, point and flex. Both legs together. Again, interlace your hands behind. Exhale, bow forward, forward fold. Again, slowly rolling all the way up. Now keep your both feet together. Bring your hands behind your head. Sit as low as possible. Open your chest, open your shoulders. And from here, we're going to start tucking, working with the pelvis. Surprisingly, the flexibility in the sacrum, in the pelvis area, is directly related and connected with the flexibility of your chest and your shoulders. So keeping it seated, but really work from within, squeezing your knees, open up sitting bones. It's like cat and cow position while you are in the chair pose. Tucking in, tucking out. In, out. Last two times. Sit as low as possible. Hug the belly in. Squeeze your inner thighs. Sit as low as you can. Maybe you will be here. Maybe you go all the way down. And bow forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Look up halfway. Step back to plank. Bend your elbows. Chaturanga. Maybe cobra or upward facing dog. So from here, everyone drop your knees. Make sure that your lower back feels comfortable. You're pushing the floor away. And we're going to do a little bit of exercise with the shoulders. So drop your torso so shoulders come to the ears. Shoulders back. Now lift your chest. Shoulder forward. So shoulder forward, shoulders up, shoulders back, and draw them back and up. So do this kind of circles. And last one, lift your knees and do with the knees off the ground. And from here slowly, because that could have been pretty intensive for the lower back, first come to the child pose. And from the child pose, move back to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, please bring your both legs together. That activates completely different muscles in your legs. And you feel a different connection between your lower and upper body. From here, lift the left leg all the way up. Bring the left leg to the side body. Hold it here. From here, shift, bend the knee. Bring the left elbow or knee into the left armpit. And then slowly step it inside the left palm. Low lunge. Low lunge. Let's just roll and warm up the hips. So keep the back leg active. Shift forward and back. Shift forward and back. So inhale, open up. And exhale, straight leg. Inhale, open up. Exhale, straight leg. Inhale, open up, bring the knee on the ground. Now untuck your toes, put the back knee off the ground. So let's continue to work from here. Again, roll your shoulders, keep the back leg active, strong. Open your chest up to the sky. Exhale, come on the toes, pyramid position. Again, slowly moving up. Exhale, come on the toes. Again, up. Slowly come on the toes. Either you're staying in here, variation 1, working on engaging the back leg. Variation 2, you stay in here. You can do a little bit of pumping in here, warming up the front leg, or you can go to more advanced variation, a few breaths in here. Knee on the floor, come to half split. Sway hips from right to left. So feel the opening and what is happening in the hips. From here, bend the front knee. And then coming into the crescent pose. So from here, we're going to go into the interlacing hands and really opening through the heart. So from here, you can stay in right in this pose or you can play with me. So moving consciously to half split. And again, slowly bending the front knee. And slowly with your awareness, being strong and grounded through your legs, but at the same time, the foundation, strong foundation, allows us to open through the front and upper body. So if your foundation is weak, if your legs are weak, guess what will happen? The opening in the upper body will be weak as well. Hands on the ground, palms down, untuck your toes, lift your right leg all the way up to the sky. From here you have an option to come into a Siddhasana. If it's too much, you can bring the right knee on, maybe staying in more modified position. So you'll be staying either here, variation 1, or come into the full side body. But from here, try to lift your chest and ribs and your hips as high as you can. So you'll literally come to the rainbow pose. 3, stay with the breath, 2, and 1. Release, and slowly lower all the way down on the ground. Both feet together, lift through the chest. So walk your ribs forward, stretch the whole front tummy, keep your legs together. Now interlace your hands behind. You lift them from up and away from your buttocks. Head down, stay here, a few breaths. And release. Slowly move as if you're moving to the child pose. And lift up to downward facing dog, hanging with both legs together. Maybe bending your knees, softening your knees, but really allowing to roll yourself into the chest, into the really opening around the heart. Now lift your right leg as high as you can. Foot flex, foot point, right leg flex, foot point, flex, foot point. And again, bring the right leg parallel to the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, move forward. Bend the right knee and bring the right knee in your right armpit. Just hold it here. And then with control, step it inside the right palm. You can move both hands forward, inside the leg. Move your hips forward and back, so warming up the hips, preparing for the further movement. Roll your shoulders back, open for the heart. Exhale, pyramid position. Inhale, open up, roll your shoulders back. Back leg is fully active. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, this time bring the knee on the floor, untuck your toes. Lift the back leg up. I'm going to continue the same variation but with untucked toes. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Inhale, open up. And exhale. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Pyramid position. So either continue staying here, working on engaging and charging the back leg. Variation 2, hands on the front knee. Advanced variation, arms up. 3, 2, 1. Hands on the ground, knee on the ground. Slowly with control, gently swaying your hips. Come into the half split. Inhale again, slowly bend the front knee, coming into the crescent pose, allowing hips to sink and open. Interlace your hands behind. So either you continue to stay in here, or you can play and continue to work with me. Inhale, open up for the heart. Exhale again, hugging your legs toward the midline, being very strong aware connected with the foundation. Inhale, bend the front knee. Slow. Exhale, half split. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Again, very firmly grounding through the feet, through your roots. Inhale, bend. Lift your arms as much as you can, open for the heart. Hands on the ground. Lift your right leg back and up. And from here, slowly moving into the side vasisthasana. So for beginners variation 1, you can, if it's too much, you can bring the left knee on the ground, or you can continue staying with me into the rainbow pose. 3, 2, and 1. Hands on the floor, bend your elbows, lower all the way down on the ground. From here, you're going to come slowly, tuck your toes so you feel stable, and bring your chest on the ground, chin on the ground. Ashtanga limbs, Ashtangasana, so 8 limbs touching the floor, so you can lift the knees, staying here. For more advanced practitioners, you can interlace the hands behind, lift them up to the sky, and maybe working on lifting the knees off the ground. And from here, slowly push all the way up. Fingers in front of your chest, in front of the knees, and push the floor away. Now to make it more interesting, you're going to sit. You're going to bring the hands where your knees are, actually on in line with your knees. And keeping your toes, keeping your toenails touching on the floor, you're going to lift your knees and trying to push the floor away. And and hold it here. Now lift maybe one foot, down. Lift another foot, down. Release. And slowly again, with control. Remember, if you feel anyhow out of the breath, always welcome to take your own time and do a child pose. Downward facing dog, lift all the heels, lift them to the right and push your hips so you can bend the right knee and push for the left thigh back so you feel the good opening on the left side of the body. Knee to the center. Now turn your both heels to the left, bend your left knee and push for the right thigh back. So creating space between the right shoulder and the left hip joint. Inhale again to the center, come to plank. Or all the way down on the floor. This time you're going to turn and lay down on your right side. Your feet will be flex on the floor. You're going to walk with your right arm as much as you can. Coming on the fingertips. So the shoulder and the armpit are out off the ground. So you're staying on your lower right ribs. And you're getting more space. So you're shortening here, but you're lengthening on the right side. I'm going to lift the legs. So make sure that your toes are facing and you can see them. Lifting for the heart. Lifting for the upper chest. And breathe. 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. And I'm changing to the other side, but you can just easily roll. Same action in here. You come on the fingertips, elbow and shoulder and armpit are off the ground. Feet are in line. Lift the legs, lift the upper chest. So the lower ribs are touching the ground, but you're really opening for the upper chest. Inhale, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. And slowly come to sit. So from here, you're going to come into Malasana, yoga squat, and just roll from one side to another side. So we start going and preparing the hips. You can always check it, make sure that your toes and your knees are facing in one direction. Just a few breaths in here. Now lifting your hips. Just move from right to left. Bring your feet a bit wider, not mat distance wide. Sit lower. Bring your elbows or pushing your triceps against your hamstrings. Bring your torso, knees in one line. Work and press your elbows against your hamstrings. Start to stretch your heart forward. Now lift your heels off the ground. Inhale. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, down. Inhale, hips up. And exhale, down. Now keep your hips and elbow and torso where it is. Just open and stretch your arms. And same action. Lift your heels up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Hands on the ground. And just stretch. Bring both legs together. And from here, you have an option to go really deep in, and you're going to grab and interlace the hands behind. If you cannot grab with the left palm your right wrist, please use a strap or use a towel, something. Once you grip, you really work on stretching both legs. Just holding it here for a while, so the shoulder and the chest get adjusted. We're going to go slowly, without rushing. And we're going to prepare your body for a deeper twist and opening in the shoulder region. And release. Just grab your elbows, just hang out. Now let's do it with the opposite side. So with the other arm. So bring your right shoulder right behind and below the right knee. With the right wrist grab, or with the right hand, grab your left wrist. And then maybe work on stretching both legs and staying in here. Trying to open your heart up to the sky. And a few breaths. So breathe and feel. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, 2. Exhale, 1. Again, release, wrap your elbows, just hang out. Hands on the floor, step back to plank. Lift your right leg all the way up. Exhale, control step between both palms. Spin your left foot. Before going into warrior 2, really prepare your hips. So ground for the outer arch of your left foot. So really pressing, rooting down. And try to open your heart away. Push the heart away from the back here. And you will already feel a lot happening in your hip. From here, inhale. Lift all the way up to warrior 2. So bring the hands on the hip. Let's really settle the hips. So stretch the front leg. Bend the front knee. Try to bring that lower abdomen, so tucking the inner tailbone, and really sit as low as you can. So allow the hips to warm up, sit low. The most important that you're trying to bring the front thigh 90 degrees. Again, inhale, open your arms up. Exhale, sit lower, warrior 2. Inhale, and exhale, sit lower. Inhale, exhale, warrior 2. From here, right leg, so right elbow goes down, left elbow goes on top, and you interlace your hands. So holding in here, see now if you can twist your torso forward. So that means it requires your back foot will go 45 degrees in, and you may stay in here. Otherwise, if you want to go forward, see if you can go as low as you can. Maybe if you can bring the elbow, the left elbow on the ground, and lower your hips a little bit. Just a few breaths in here. And using the power of the legs, lift all the way up. Again, into this, rewind your hands, warrior 2. Hands on the floor. Step back to downward facing dog. So I'm changing the position so you can see me from the back side. Again, lift the left leg all the way up. And with control, step it between both palms. Spin your right leg. And lift all the way up to warrior 2. Again, allow your hips to settle. So stretch the front leg, sit lower, stretch, sit lower. So inhale. Exhale, sit lower. Inhale. Exhale, sit lower. One more time, inhale. Exhale, sit lower. This time your left elbow goes down. Right elbow goes on top. You grab. And you turn your hips forward. It means you need to turn your back foot 45 degrees for stability. Inhale, open up in the heart. And exhale, maybe staying here, that's also more enough, but working on lifting through the heart. On exhale, if you want to go forward, and you want to go and bring that right elbow on the ground, but continue grounding through the right outer edge of the foot. Very good. Inhale, open all the way up. Again, use the power of the legs. Sit lower, warrior 2. Hands on the floor. Warrior 2. Can move to downward facing dog. From here, come and sit in the front of the mat. You're going to do a little bit of the core. So, Bring your hands backward. Actually, bend your knees a little bit. Bring your elbows facing backward. And your palms maybe 20 centimeters away from the hips. Bend your elbows and lift through the heart. Again, try to bend your elbows a little bit more and lift through the heart. So you will experience a lot of opening, a lot of happening in the shoulder joint. Very good. From here, continue staying in here, or you can lift one leg. 3, 2, 1. Leg down. Again, bend your elbows, lift through the heart. Lift another leg. 3, 2, 1. Very good. And now bring your hands, arms parallel. Lift your legs. And do you breathe. So baby Navasana. If you feel like you can go all the way up to full Navasana, feet flex, feet point, feet flex, feet point, feet flex, feet point. One more time, feet flex, feet point. Very good. Release. Shake your legs. Move your sitting bones backward. Bring your palms next to your torso. Roll your shoulders back, Dandasana. So try to really lift. Sometimes what happens, because the length of the torso is longer than your arms. Let's say if your torso is very long and your arms are not reaching to the ground, please don't be shy to use both blocks under your palms. So you're really working on stretching that spine. So inhale, from here, exhale, keeping your legs together, hugging them toward the midline. And then lift your hips and lift them away from the floor. Push the chest away. Squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale. Now exhale. Lift your hips back and up. Off the ground. One breath in. Exhale again. Lift your torso. Exhale again. Hips back and up. Last one. Inhale. Lift your torso off the ground. Now lift one leg up. Foot point, foot flex. Foot point, foot flex. Foot point, foot flex. Leg down. Left through the hips. And now last one. The other leg up. Foot point, foot flex. Point, flex. Point, flex. And release. Now slowly walk your palms and opening your fingers backward. You see what happens? My biceps are facing out, so I'm really opening in the shoulder. So the closer the arms, the palms are, the more advanced and more intense the opening will be in the chest and the shoulders. So maybe even you stay here and you feel already enough. So lift them through the heart. You can stay in this box. For more advanced practitioners, you can lift the hips and move them forward. And even maybe more. And stay with the breath. Very good. From here, one by one, moving your palms evenly at the same time, simultaneously. Let me just bring the arms next to your ears. Lift your legs up. So again, press and stretch. Feet point, feet flat. Feet point, feet flat. Stretch your arms away from the ears. And now using the momentum, lift your hips up. Maybe you will stay in here, legs parallel to the ground. Or if you can place your feet inside your palms, press it through here. Grab your toes again and press the heels toward the floor. So you're really creating an opening. And you're stretching your whole back line. Stay with the breath. Very good. From here, you're going to grab your hips. Or you're going to grab the kidney areas. And if you can lift both legs at the same time, that's wonderful. If you cannot lift one leg at a time, and try to bring the whole body into one line, into the shoulder stand. Sarvangasana, the queen of all poses. Try to soften the upper body so the blood circulations will flow against the gravity. You bend both knees, pressing through the toe, through the feet, and open through the hips. Bring both knees toward the crown, toward the forehead. Maybe arms will go forward. See if you can, with your both knees, bring them closer towards your ears. And from here, switch your legs and slowly, vertebra by vertebra, at a time, lifting, dropping on the floor. From here, rolling all the way up. And you're going to come and lay down on the tummy. Again, stretch your legs both. Come on your elbows. Now, we're going to do something interesting. You're going to bend your left knee. And with the left, turn your right palm 45 degrees in. But not collapsing into the right shoulder. Keep pressing the floor away. With the left hand, you're going to grab your left ankle. And you're going to press the left heel toward your buttocks. And keep stretching away from the heart. I'm going to stay a few breaths in here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release and changing sides. Now turn your left palm 45 degrees in. Bend your right knee, grab your right ankle and press it forward in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down, bring your forehead on your palms, and just sway your hips from right to left. Very good. So from here, first you're gonna stretch your hands up. You're gonna lift your left leg and you're gonna try to press it, step it back, and maybe with the left palm, you see if you can grab the foot and maybe lay it down right here. So allow that left knee engaged. So it's a back bend and a twist at the same time. Make sure that your lower back is protected. There is not much compression. The whole opening is happening in stretching in the front of the quads, but at the same time, lots of opening is happening in the chest. And partially, you feel a lot of stretching happening in your hip flexors as well. So let's do 5 breaths in here. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Again, come down. Just feel the difference. You'll notice that both sides of the body are completely different. One side is definitely feels more open and longer than the other one. Just acknowledge it, just observe it. Again, keep your body soft. Notice if there's any tension that you might be holding. Now we're going to go into the other side. So again, opening your other side. And now with the left, with the right hand, like you're gonna go back. You're gonna grab it and try to really open it as back and as high as you can. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly release. From here, slowly pushing back to the wide-legged child pose. So bring your knees as wide as possible. Your big toes are facing towards each other. Some of you may sit between the heels. Some of you may sit on the heels. But some of you may not sit on the heels because your ankles and your knees are not allowing to do so. So feel free to put the block under your sitting bones. And while you're sitting in there, make sure that you're really firmly grounding through your sitting bones. So inhale, we're going to continue with the twist, but because our hips are grounded, the belly button will be facing forward. We will be increasing twist and twisting from the upper chest. So make sure that your belly button is facing forward. You're rounding in the lower back as if you're pressing it against the back wall. And try to really open and stretch from the upper chest. 3, 2, and 1. Release. And changing to the other side. Again, belly button faces forward. You're pressing your lower back against the back wall and you're turning and twisting from the upper chest. Very, very good. Release to the center. Just breathe quickly and slowly come. So again, keeping your sitting bones as close as possible. Maybe you'll come here. Maybe you'll come on the elbows. But ideally, what we want to try to achieve, we want to bring the whole inner thigh, the body, the tummy, belly, even shoulders on the ground. So coming into the sleeping frog position. Right, slowly raise up. Bring your both knees together. And just come to child pose. To come down, to bring your systems together. Slowly rolling up onto the tabletop. You're gonna lift your left leg up. And you're gonna lift the opposite arm. Inhale. Exhale, you're gonna bend the knee, grab your left ankle from the side, and kick your leg back and up. But continue breathing in through here. So 3. Inhale, exhale. 2. Inhale, exhale. 1. And now place that left knee behind your right knee and sit between both heels. So this pose is called Gomukhasana. So the same knee which is on top, that means the same elbow goes on top. And you're going to interlace your hands behind. So grounding through the sitting bones. So there are a lot of hip opening is happening. If you cannot sit between both heels, you can sit on the left heel. And as well, you can sit on the block, that's totally fine. So look through the heart. And on exhale, grounding through the hips. Going forward. Bring the chin on top of the knees. And continue grounding through the sitting bones. Now on your next inhale, lift all the way up. Lift for the heart. Try to grab there. More. And release. And slowly come on your knees. Just move from right to left. Now let's do the other side. So now you're going to lift the right leg. And you're going to lift the left arm. You're going to bend the right knee and grab the right ankle from its side. And kick your leg as high as you can. Stay stable, stay grounded for your connection to the mat, to the floor. 3, 2, press the floor away, and 1. Slowly bring the right knee behind your left knee. Open both heels and sit in between. Just find the connection, accommodate your knees. The most important here, that you will feel a lot of opening in your hips, never in your knee. If you feel something in your knee, that means back up. Support maybe your hips, elevate your hips, but make sure that no pain in the knees. Again, open your arms up. This time because the left knee is on top, so the left elbow goes up, right elbow goes down. And you'll be quite surprised that both sides are very different. Usually one arm is more open than the other one. So lift from here, lift for the heart, ground. To create more rotation in the hip joint, press the outer arches of your feet to the ground. Lift for the heart, nothing from the front body, and slowly going forward into the full Gomukhasana. Slowly roll all the way up. Release your arms, stretch your legs forward. Move your sitting bones backward. Again, either you grab the ankles, maybe you can use a strap, or grab your feet. Open for the heart and exhale, bow all the way down into full forward fold. It's very important that your chest is on top of your legs. So if you're rounded here, make sure that you bend your knees and bring your chest. That is helping you to not overstretch your lower back, but more than opening the back surface of your legs. If your head easily touches the legs, keep your feet active and walk with your fingertips to the front of the mat. From here, slowly roll up. And we're going to open our legs 90 degrees wide for Uttanasana, wide angle pose. From here, bring your hands backward, feet point, feet flex, point, feet flex. And now just move from one hip to another hip. Create this beautiful flow. Close your eyes, just feel it again. The little bit rotation in the chest. Now you can engage the hips, so you start waking up the hip joint and you're teaching your pelvis to move around the head of the femur in the hip socket. Because in this pose, we're targeting not to bring the head to the floor, we're targeting to bring the whole lower abdominal, the whole belly button, the pubic bone, everything to the ground by rotating the pelvis around the head of the femur. So now you're going to bend both knees, and you're going to grab the ankles, you're going to grab the feet, keeping your knees bent, stretch for the heart, and then slowly you're going to try to bring your chest in between the legs. I suggest that you keep your knees bent, so your torso comes between the legs. And then move the hands forward. While you're here, you still can continue walking, feet point, feet flex, feet point, feet flex, point, flex. Then slowly moving backward. Now you're going to move and rotate, turn toward the right leg and walk on top of that right leg. While you're here, make sure that your left sitting bone is fully grounded. And you're pressing and pushing for the right, left heel away from the hip socket, so you're creating more space. Again, staying with the breath. Inhale, look up halfway. Come to the middle. You can keep your eyes closed, just feel it. Drop your shoulders back and down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, rotate toward the left leg, but make sure that you're pressing and grounding for the right sitting bone. And you're coming here, or you're going all the way down. Each pose begins from foundation, so the stronger your foundation will be, the deeper you will be able to go into the pose, into your body. The strong foundation also leads to safety and security during the pose. So it is safer for your body and it helps you to avoid any future injuries or possible injuries. Slowly come all the way up in, keep your eyes closed. Relax your shoulders. Okay. Try to evenly press with the sitting bones, lengthening even more for the spine, for the crown of the head, but at the same time, can you press your heels, keeping your legs active, engaging your kneecaps, press your heels and press your sitting bones, and can you lift for the heart more. It's a very tiny, teeny work, but that is a very deep work because you're really engaging and awakening different parts of the body. Now, I'm going to bring the right elbow on top of the right knee and go into this pose. Or you can go deeper, bring the elbow inside the knee and go into a much deeper pose. You can also use the block under the elbow. If you feel that you're quite flexible, you can go even deeper without lifting your left sitting bone. You can go and grab and go and tend to twist more and open the opposite side of the body. In this case, for the left side of the body. Inhale, open up for the heart. On the shoulders. And now slowly, again, either elbow on the knee or elbow inside the knee. Either halfway, if the torso is allowing you to come here, or you can go all the way, grabbing. But again, keeping a strong foundation, so you're keeping your right sitting bone firmly grounded and pressing to the ground, to the floor. Slowly come to the center. Bring your both knees to the floor. And from here, we will be preparing for Shavasana. But before Shavasana, we're going to do just a minor twist to relax all our systems. So what you're going to do, you're going to bring both knees toward your chest. Bring the left knee on top of the right. Open your arms, cactus arms, and bring your both knees to the right side. So left knee will be on top, and both knees will be coming to the right side. We're going to spend at least 1 minute in each pose, trying to relax and allowing the gravity to go deeper and experience the depth and relaxation within each side of the body. Inhale, slowly come to the center. Now bring the right knee on top of your left. Still keep your arms in cactus shape. Turn your hips and bring your both knees to the left side. Slowly come to the center. Now stretch your legs, come on your elbows. You're gonna stabilize your hips. Stretch your upper torso away from your pelvis. So that will allow you to lengthen in the spine and bring everything down, relaxing for Shavasana for a few minutes in Shavasana. With each exhale, relax even more. Quieten your mind and keep it soft. And slowly take a deep breath in. It's time to bring your awareness. Stretch your fingers, move your toes. Take a deep breath, energize the body, bring your legs together. Stretch all over. And slowly roll into one side. Come to a comfortable seated pose. Preparing for pranayama and short meditation. Again, draw your shoulders back and down, flatten through the crown of the head. Both palms in Jnana Mudra, so index and big thumb. The nails actually of the index finger and big thumb touching together. Opening for the heart, spine is straight. Let's do cleansing breaths. 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth.